Taurus, hello. How you doing? I hope everybody's having a beautiful Saturday so far. If you haven't been with me before, hello, welcome in. My name is Priscilla. I'm a psychic medium tarot reader, empath, and I also have the gift of telekinesis, which I will give you a demonstration of. And if I don't, just look back in the past video for Taurus. It's up there. Okay, so I embody my spirits. My spirits are always with me. I talk to them through my emblem here, my pendulum, whatever you want to call it. But yes, um, they're going to pick out the first several cards and then I will follow it up with some tarot. Okay, so this is a general reading. We all live different lives and we're all on different timelines. So please take what resonates and leave the rest to who it belongs to. This means love, by the way. That they love this. They love reading. They love when I read for you. Okay, Taurus, let's see what's going on in your energy. This can be past energies. It can be present or future. Okay, anywhere in your timeline. Let's see what they are trying to say to you today, my beautiful Taurus. And of course, they wanted to pick from this deck. So let's see what they're trying to say. Let's see. What is going on in Taurus's energy? All right. So right now, what crowns you, my beautiful Taurus? All right. 1 second. I just feel like this is not. All right. What crowns Taurus right now, Spirit? What crowns Taurus? Don't forget to subscribe and hit your notification bell on all, so when I go live, you guys can ask Spirit whatever you guys want to ask them, okay? I have 3 spirits that are with me. Usually my grandmother, my ancestor, she's answers all my questions or whatever. And then of course my other ones, but right now somebody is grieving and they're sadness and grief. So processing and grieving a loss. So somebody's processing and grieving a loss right now. Again, this ain't for everybody, so please take what resonates and leave it to who it belongs to, because it belongs to somebody. But you can be grieving somebody that just passed away. You could be grieving a relationship that just ended. You could be sad about anything. Okay, you can be grieving about something sad. You might be having to leave someplace, maybe, something like that. Okay, what your intuition right now is pause. Relationship break. For some of you, you're in a relationship break. Not for everyone, of course, but for some of you, you probably need a relationship break or you want one. Okay, and for some of you, you're single. Maybe you might be, for some of you, you're grieving this, this pause in this relationship. Maybe this is why you're sad, or somebody here is sad. Okay, because of this relationship, because of this break. What's the communication for Taurus? Communication. So weather the storm, work through the challenges. They're saying to weather the storm, work through the challenges, whatever this might be. You might have to speak to this person. You might have to communicate verbally with them. Okay, this is probably why this is coming up in your throat chakra. Work through the challenges. They need you to talk, communicate through these issues that whatever you and your person are going through or about to go through or already went through or something, but somebody needs to communicate talking wise. All right. Somebody's in denial. Somebody's heart chakra is in denial. They have their head in the sand, avoiding the truth. Somebody's avoiding the truth here. Have their head in the sand. You can live in Arizona. You can live in a dry place. Okay. In a dry place. I'm getting California, Arizona, Colorado. I'm getting all the states up in the west. You can be from the west coast here. Avoiding the truth. Somebody's definitely avoiding the truth. Head in the sand, saying, I don't care. I just heard flamingos. So you can be in Florida, but flamingos are significant to you. You can love the color pink or something like that. But there's legal, it says here. Court will impact this relationship. So court will impact this relationship, whether it be this relationship that's on a break or whatever. But they're saying, weather the storm, work through the challenges. But somebody here is also avoiding the truth, but court will impact this relationship. For some of you, you're in a separation mode right now. For some of you, you're going through a separation. Or you want to, or something like that. Or maybe you're sad because of it. Solar plex for Taurus. Solar plex for Taurus right here. Family, extended or immediate family. Okay, this is, you're sacred. This is what you love. This is what's sacred to you. Okay, your family. Extended or immediate family. This can be, court will impact this, family right here. Can be that too. Maybe for some of you, you don't want to break up the family. This is what grounds you is anxiety. Okay, anxiety. For some of you, you don't have any anxiety, you don't have any fears, and for some of you, this is what you're going through because it did come in backwards. But for some of you, you're going through anxiety. Okay, this is what grounds you: anxiety, fear, uncertainty, stress. For some of you, you're not certain about something, so you kind of have anxiety about it. It says here: money, rent, taxes, fears, pandemic struggles, economy. You know, money, yeah, rent, taxes, fears, all that. Grown up ugly stuff that we have to deal with every day. Okay, some of you can be dealing with that. All right, anxiety. What you don't see under the deck, the last card on the deck in the deck is fire. Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. You can be dealing with somebody who is either an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius, or you can have this in your chart. Okay, this is what you're dealing with. This is what you don't see under the deck. Fire. For some of you, maybe something to do with a fire. Let's see what the tarot has to say. What's this grief with sadness, spirit, processing, and grieving loss? What is this? Knight of Pentacles, somebody who probably works really hard. Somebody who's working really hard here. Maybe for some of you, you lost your job. For some of you, you lost your job. Or you're not working. Or you're sad about your job or something like that. Or your work. What do we have for Taurus spirit? What's this grief and sadness? Relationship break. Yeah, it's struggles, it's burdens, it's hard work, something from the past. Maybe somebody from the past, maybe passed away or something like that. Somebody who you were familiar with. This is somebody from the past, happy memories, reminiscing about somebody. This is nostalgia energy, okay? 6 of Cups, nostalgia energy. And it can be that you lost somebody from the past right now. Okay, it can be that. And then we got 10 of burdens, 10 of Wands. Yeah, you're burdened, all right? This is extra responsibility, hard work. This is a completion of something, but this is, right underneath the pause of the relationship break. So maybe this relationship is, causing you a lot of burdens. Okay, maybe that's probably why you need a break, or finish with this, or you're finished with this relationship, or something from the past is burdening you. It could be either or. Take it where it resonates. Okay, and then you have the 4 of Wands, stability, security. All right, celebrating your home, joy, community, homecoming, harmony, marriage. But you're weathering the storm. You're working through these challenges with your home, okay, with this marriage. with your stability, your security. Or maybe there's some kind of burden that's going on in your house right now, some kind of something that happened to your home that's burdening you. Now you have to look ahead. 3 of Wands, preparing to look ahead. Overseas opportunities, 6 of Wands. A lot of action going on here. Again, you can be dealing with an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Lots of Wands. All right, so you got public recognition here, victorious. So, you're progressing, you're victorious in this legal matter. So somebody here is going to be victorious with these legal matters, all right, with this court. There's going to be movement here, harmony, healing, empathy, victorious, progression, self-confidence, all right? But somebody's preparing. Somebody's preparing something here. Expansion, preparation. But somebody who's in denial about something. So you're denying something about the future or about what's in front of you, or maybe preparing. Somebody here is in denial about preparing for something here, but also somebody's also going to be victorious with these legal matters. But whatever you're preparing in front of you, whatever burdened you, you're going to be victorious. And whatever path that burdened you, or you had a problem with, or something like that, you're going to be okay. The Hangman, it came upside down. It came in reverse. So I'll go both ways here. You can have delays, standstills. Okay, this is indecision, and this can be with your family. Okay, this can be with your family. Maybe something that's delaying you guys or something like that. But there's also a letting go, a perspective, a new perspective in life, enlightenment, a view of different things. All right, you viewed things a little differently. Did you want me to leave it in reverse like this? Want me to put it in reverse? No, they want me to leave it up. So Hangman. So this is, letting go. This is a new perspective that you got, an enlightenment of some sort with your family. With family. Some kind of enlightenment with your family, okay? Viewing things different, letting go of things, surrendering to something here, to family. What's this anxiety? What's this anxiety here? Yeah, resilience. 9 of Wands. That's right. That's what you're tired. You've been fighting here. You're tired. Now you're at your last stand here. Last stand. You're gearing up for the worst. Pessimist here. You're weary, but you're courageous, and your persistence and your resilience is, uncanny. You're setting boundaries. You've been fighting, and you're tired. You're tired of the fears. You're tired of the uncertainties and the stress. You've been through it all, but you're resilient. You completed all that. You've been suffering and everything, something probably from the past that gave you these burdens and all this work. Let's see what else they have to say about this. Taurus. Yeah, Taurus energy. Here we go. Maybe you can be settling for something. You can be dealing with an Aquarius. All right, settling with something. Settling for something. What else do we have for Taurus spirit? What's the 6 of Cups here? What's the 6? What's the grief about? What's this grief and sadness with the past or this relationship? What's going on here? Yeah, you're looking at things a little bit different than before, though. I mean, you've been through it. You've had courage and persistence throughout this whole time. And it's something to do with your family. You can have anxiety because of your family. Okay. Insecurities. Okay, something to do with your insecurities is what's crowning you from the past. Something to do with the past here. Unsure of who and where they are at in life. So wears a mask to hide either feelings and fear of rejection. Constantly covers up who they are in fear of what others may think of them. It's going to be somebody in your energy from the past. This is probably why you're sad. 1973 is significant. 72 and 73. Early 70s is significant here, but there's some kind of insecurities about something here. Unsure of who and where they are in life right now. Wears a mask to hide their feelings in fear of rejection. So somebody's, covering something up here from the past. Okay. Drinking the Kool-Aid. All right, drinking the Kool-Aid. This is the pause in relationship and these burdens here. Listens to others and discards their own feelings. This is the burdens. Okay, knowing goes along with others, people's plans and ideas without thinking of their own well-being. So this is somebody who's not even, just drinking the Kool-Aid, not worrying, listens to others and discards their own feelings. Just, this can be you as somebody else. I don't know. But this can be you, and ignoring your needs. Maybe you need to take a pause right now. Maybe that's probably why you're so burdened right now, because you're drinking the Kool-Aid. Knowingly goes along with other people's plans and ideas without thinking of their own well-being. This can be you, Taurus. You're not thinking of your own well-being. You're just thinking about everybody else. 52 is significant. 52, 53, 54, those numbers, early 50s. You can be in your early 50s or something like that. Or you can be in your early 20s. 25 is significant too. Early 20s, you can have a child that's in their early 20s. Okay. False flame. False flame. Okay. They're saying to weather the storm, work out through the challenges. And then the Four of Wands causes you emotional distress and creates conflicts. All right. So you are unsure of their feelings towards you and you give more than they do. They do not help you grow and feel uncomfortable around them. So they do not help you grow and you feel uncomfortable around them. Okay. This can be you or somebody in your energy. Okay. Weathering the storm, working through the challenges in their home. Okay. Wearing a false, mask about shit. Everything's good. Everything's good. Meanwhile, drinking the Kool-Aid, causing you emotional distress and creates conflicts. And this can be you are unsure of their feelings towards you and you give them more than they do. So pretending it's a happy home, maybe I'm hearing that too. Pretending a happy home. Somebody here is definitely weathering the storm, though. There's definitely some kind of storms or something that's going, around right now. But I hear, storms are all over here. Storms, fires, water. You can be having a lot of water where you live right now. Storms, but there's a small offering here. The 13th, you can be dealing with somebody. March 13th is significant that you can be dealing with a Pisces. Short and temporary offering. All right, in between feeling awakened and unawakened, but refuses to let go completely. So stuck in a situation they cannot get out of and only can give you something small. All right. That's what this denial is. That's what this home is. Looking ahead. I'm sorry. The three of, preparing something here, but in denial about something as well. And it's a small offering. So just be mindful. Saying, you can be stuck in a situation you cannot get out of and only can give you something small. So somebody's going to be offering you something very small here. But somebody's going to be in denial about this person. So, got to look ahead, prepare. Got to prepare. You can be resilient in everything and have a whole new different enlightenment or a different view in life right now, but Spirit is also saying don't be in denial. Don't avoid the truth. Okay, there can be legal matters with your children here too as well. All right, but this is infatuation here, being carried away by an unreasonable passion. So obsessively strong emotions for someone based on physical needs and or believing it is perfect relationship, believing it is the perfect, in quotation marks, relationship. So this is infatuation. This is all, and this is probably why the legal shit came out here, because somebody found something out here. They fucked around and found out something. But 16 is significant. All right, so May 16th is significant. You can be dealing with somebody who is, older, who is 61 years old. You can have a 16-year-old child, but it's being carried, just saying infatuation, being carried away by an unreasonable passion. And that's probably why, again, the legal matters is here. And somebody's, self-confidence. Something to do with somebody's self-confidence. I just heard infatuation. Infatuation. Somebody's infatuated with somebody here. I don't know what that means, but whatever that means, but somebody's infatuated, false infatuated with somebody. Somebody has green eyes. Green eyes are significant. Gemini, you can be dealing with the Gemini, or somebody in your family is a Gemini here. Their positives are adaptable, outgoing, intelligent, curious, energetic, perceptive, witty. You can have Gemini in your chart, and the negative about them, they're bored easily, unstable, fickle, indecisive, impulsive, unreliable, and nosy. You can have somebody like that in your energy right now. 1984 is significant. You can be 48 years old as well. A DJ, I just heard a DJ. Maybe somebody in your energy, you or somebody is a DJ. But Gemini. All right, Gemini. And then what grounds you right now is watching. Watching. So somebody here is watching something here. Creates fake accounts to stay up to date. Pretends to not care about, pretends to not care, but becomes obsessed. Okay, obsessive. Late night scrolling on social media platforms. All right, late night scrolls on social media platforms. This is, and that's might believe anxiety. So whatever, somebody's getting an anxiety here, all weary and stuff about this whole thing though, but somebody's definitely watching somebody's social media. You can be 47 years old again. 1974 is significant. You can wear glasses or wear sunglasses. That's significant. But somebody's creating fake accounts to stay up to date with somebody here though, for sure. They pretend not to care, but becomes obsessed. All right, obsessed. All right, fairies. Again, somebody loves fairies, unicorns, Alice in Wonderland kind of stuff here. I just heard very shy. Maybe somebody here in my energy is very shy or something like that. I don't know. But unicorns is significant. Fairies are significant as well. What else, Spirit? What do you have to tell me? What's going on? What else do you have to tell for Taurus with the Six of Cups? Queen Fairy. All right, Queen Fairy. So loyalty, upper class, luxury, leader, dignity. This is you, Taurus. Your value is priceless. Your potential is limitless. Only a true king is worthy of your heart. All right, only a true king is worthy of your heart. And only a true queen is worthy of your heart. All right, but this is you, Queen Fairy. Green is significant for some of you. You love earthly colors, earth colors, green, brown, tan. But somebody's favorite color here is definitely green. 1976, I just heard that. 1976 can be significant to you. You can be seeing the numbers 333. All right, so there's a sincere offer that's coming to you here, a sincere offer, a proposal, an opportunity, an opening of some sort. Okay, guys? All right, so a sincere offer will be presented. It is up to you to decide if you want to accept it and pursue this path. All right? Back and forth here. Back and forth. There's uncertain, unstable, indecision, hot and cold with the weathering the storm here. So breakups are hard, but so is staying. Whether you stay or leave, both require attention, time, and self-awareness. All right. That's why probably this break is necessary, because you guys keep going back and forth, with the ten of wands here, having burdens and stuff, and somebody's avoiding the truth. But there's going back and forth. There's anxiety that's going on here. So breakups are hard, but somebody's wearing a false mask. This is a false flame. All right. You guys are uncertain. It's unstable. It's indecisive, hot and cold. Breakups are hard, but so is staying. Whether you stay or leave, both require attention, time, and self-awareness. All right. If you want a happy home. So you might have to weather the storm with this person. But somebody here is wearing a false flame. So be, mindful of that. Okay. They do not help you grow, and you feel uncomfortable around them. If you're feeling like that and you're going back and forth, it's time to go. It's time to, do this. Look forward, prepare yourself, okay, for victory and public recognition and acclaim and stuff like that. All right. But blooming love is in your heart here. All right. The realization of great mutual love can at times be overwhelming. Give it space to let it unfold naturally. All right. Give it space, pause your relationship to let it grow naturally. All right. Too much of anything is no good. Too much of anything is no good. Okay. I don't know why this doesn't want to stay. But yeah, that's got to be a sign. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. They don't want to stay. Okay. They don't want to stay. But as a blooming love, the realization of great mutual love can at times be overwhelming. Give it space to let it unfold naturally. So it's got to be natural. You can't force anything. When you force it, it doesn't work. When it flows, it works. Okay, this card doesn't want to stay. So this water sign, this fire sign here wants to leave. Does not want to stay up. It's a sign. Okay, it's a sign. I don't want to stay around. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. They're vampire fairies here. Okay, the vampire energy. All right, that's what the legal courts and stuff is. Energy depletion, toxic people, toxic environment, infatuation. It's not real. Don't let energy vampires drain you. Set better boundaries, and also be mindful of the energies you're giving. You're giving out. All right, be mindful of the energies that you're giving out. But they're saying, don't let these energy vampires drain you. Set boundaries. And also be mindful of the energies you're giving out. Okay. So there's toxic people, environment around you, depletion, infatuation, not real. All right. Legal matters right above that. So you can be, getting out of this and with self-confidence and public recognition and victory. So that's what you need. You need to not let these energy vampires be around you, going back and forth with you. That's what they are. Round and around. There it is. Round and around. Back and forth. Okay? Going round and around. Repetitive behavior. Dead ends. On and off. Okay? Toxic people. When you feel you're going nowhere, it's time to make a decision to break the unhealthy cycle you're in. All right? When you feel you're going nowhere, it's time to make a decision to break the unhealthy cycle that you're in. So this is repetitive behavior. It's a dead end. On and off love. And it can be with this Gemini who's easily bored, who's impulsive, who's unstable, who's fickle. This can be you having a different perspective, Hangman, about this person. Like you're tired of going around and around with them. Or it can be that, that you're tired of going around and around with his family members, with these family members. You're tired. You're done. Not doing this no more. I deserve better. I'm not going back and forth with you no more. There's a lot of energy vampires around, toxic people. And all you want to do is be victorious and progress, and look forward. But you're definitely looking forward to some kind of home here. Looking forward to some kind of home and victory, Tired of all this, people testing your faith and stuff. What's anxiety with the Nine of Wands? Yeah, bottled up and home sweet home. There it is. Bottled up and home sweet home. Whether it be the skin you're in or the physical space you call home, it's time to do an honest assessment, they're saying, okay? Feeling of home, familiarity, safe, structure, home sweet home. This is you. Maybe you have anxiety about your home. Maybe something, you're tired, some kind of resilience about your house. And then we got bottled up here. Suppressing, controlling emotions, not revealing. This is, this can be you bottling up your feelings. If you bottle things up, emotions will stay until you can't contain them anymore. All right. So somebody's definitely, bottling up their feelings here. Somebody's definitely bottling up their feelings that, have anxiety within themselves. They ain't saying anything, but somebody's definitely bottled up with their feelings here. I'm just gonna do one of these. I'm just telling me that I need one of these, Spirit. Just one for Taurus. Taurus, what do you have to say for Taurus? I don't know, there's a message in here though. I don't know what this is, but there's definitely a message in this deck right here. Thank you. All right. The message is junk drawer. Somebody has something to do with a junk drawer. All right. 50. You could be 50 years old, 49 years old, late 40s, early 50s. The number 5 is significant. So May 10th is significant. May 5th is significant. April 25th is also significant. But somebody here has something to do with a junk drawer. I don't know what this means, but junk drawer. Maybe you have something in your junk drawer that you need to clean out. For some of you, you're cleaning out your junk drawer here, or you need